Hey guys, Boganor here. We got our Sons of Death DomiNations Alliance update today. I think I'm going to start doing these Alliance updates for DomiNations. A couple of announcements for the Alliance today. As you can see, Hip Hop, who was previously the Alliance leader up until about 3 hours ago, has stepped down, and the Wu is taking over as Alliance leader. So Hip Hop's got real life stuff going on, and Wu has stepped up and volunteered to be the leader of the Alliance. Which is great. Wu's been with us a long time. I played Star Wars Commander with Wu, and I think Wu still plays Star Wars Commander. So we're doing okay. Sons underscore death is the alliance, and we have 39 members. So there are spots open for active players. Now the requirements to be a member of the Sons of Death is very simple. When we are in war, you must use both of your war attacks. Lately, we've been on a bit of a losing streak, mainly due to the fact that we have people in war that are not getting their attacks in. So that's number one. And then, if you're not in war, there really aren't any requirements that you need to meet on a daily or a weekly type basis. The only thing that we ask is that when you see requests for troop donations come in, and there aren't any right now, that if it's a war, the request says for war or something similar to that, that you do not donate troops unless you at least have bombards, which is the first version of the cannon. We don't want a lot of low level troops when we're going into war. Now, if it just has the standard text or they say anything, whatever, something like that, feel free to donate, because there are achievements and things where you can earn crowns for making donations to your alliance. Some of these here, as you know, they count your donations, and you can. All right, there's one, the lend lease, donate 30,000 troops. Once I reach that 30,000, I'll get 250 gems, or crowns. But if it specifically says war, please don't donate. Now, speaking of war, we have started a new war, and push the button. There we go. All right, so here's our war. It's planning day. The war begins in a little under 8 hours. We are in a war with a friendly few. Let's go and take a look at those guys. One of the things you can do, this little trophy looking icon in the upper left area, has the green number and the red number. That is your, I think they call it honor points. Glory, sorry, glory measures your skill at winning. So if we win this war, we will gain 284 glory points. And if we lose, we will lose 245. Those numbers are pretty similar, which means that the alliance we're matched up with should be fairly equal to us in strength. Sometimes those numbers will be, if we're going up against a very powerful alliance, then we will gain a lot more than we would lose if we lost to that powerful alliance. If we're going up against a weaker opponent, then we won't gain nearly as much. But if we happen to lose, we'd lose a whole lot. Now we're not really concerned with what our glory points are, but we don't want to lose the wars. The wars are the reason that I'm still playing this game after a year and a half. That was the big update that this game needed to make it viable. So let's see. Let's take a look here at. We'll go to the report, and these are the members who are in the war. Let's see. Looks like we're doing a 20 versus 20 war. So we've got Viper, South Bank, Wu, Dritz, Swazi, GKZ, myself, Bo, Bell, Hip Hop. We've got a few industrial ages, a couple of enlightenments, some gunpowders. The ranking on this screen for those of you that are in the alliance that haven't been in a war yet, the ranking on this screen is determined solely by your defensive level and your offensive level combined. It doesn't take into account the level of your farms and the level of your caravans and any economic type things. It's only looking at your war power. So walls, the level of your walls really contribute to this ranking here. It doesn't have anything to do with the age you're at. As you can see, we've got Industrial Enlightenment, gunpowder, and then God of War is in the Enlightenment age, but Dingo is in gunpowder, which is an age behind Enlightenment, but Dingo probably has some pretty highly upgraded walls, which brings him up to 12. Now, Wu has already posted the strategy for the war this time. And it's right there, starting at the top of the screen. The war strategy this time is Viper, because he's our number one player. He's the strongest player in this war. He's going to hit their number one and number two on the other side. And then everybody else will drop down one level. So if I'm level 7, that means I need to hit the level 8 opponent, or the number 8 opponent on the other side. And you see he says drop down at least by 1 rank level. And then he says the goal is to attack a base that you can confidently 5-star with your first attack. And then we will give guidance on who you should hit on the second attack. And the goal here is to get those first attacks in early, so that the war day lasts 24 hours. So you have 24 hours to do 2 attacks. We want to get our first attacks in early, and early being at a minimum at least in the first 12 hours. So this war starts in 8 hours, which means that I'll get my first attack in tonight before I go to bed. And then hopefully everyone else that's in war will get their attack in before the morning. And then when the morning rolls around, Wu can take a look and see where we are, and he can make a command decision. Do we need to target specific opponents on the other side, or are we confidently far enough ahead that we can go and use our second attack to get some loot? Most of us use the wars to fund our upgrades. So that's where we are. Let's take a look at my opponent, who would be the number 8. And I will go scout him and see what he looks like. See if I think I'm going to be able to handle this guy. I know pretty well whether I'll be able to get a 5-star or not by looking at the base. This guy's industrial age. And he's got a base rank of a 149. That is significantly higher than me. I'm just over 100. He's got a sniper tower here. He's got 2 generals, a level 7 and a level 6. He's got some anti-aircraft things on the outside. I'm not using planes, so that really doesn't matter for me. He's got his stronghold thing here down on the south corner. I'm not really sure. I could probably make a run at it. I'm gonna hit the right arrow here and go and take a look at the number 9 and see what the number 9 looks like. And then and this is what you do. You go ahead and scout your opponents, and you make, oh, look at that. Well, this person does not appear to have finished their war base. So I'm going to keep an eye on this. If this person is not done with their war base by the time war starts, then I'm going to hit this one because I can guarantee myself a 5-star victory on this base as opposed to the previous base. And so that's kind of what we want to do. The way that the goal of the wars is you want to get as many stars as possible, and everyone can attack the same base in war, but only the highest attack counts. So if I attack number 9 and I get 4 stars, and then Swazi attacks number 9 and he gets 5 stars, his 5 stars count. My 4 stars just are wasted at that point. So when we're doing these attacks, if someone has already hit the target that you were going to hit, if they got 3 stars, then find another target. Let's hit a base that has not been hit yet or has only 2 stars on it. That way we maximize our stars. On your second attack, if you end up not, everybody's been 5-star, we get a perfect victory. Then on your second attack, you can just find a base that you can get at least 1 star on and get your war loot. And then when the war is over, you come here to your command post. All right, guys, that is about it for today. Once again, we do have spots available if you want to join the Sons of Death. Right now, it is an invite-only league alliance, and the medal minimum is 1,500. But we have been known to drop that down to let players in, and then we'll bring it back up. The reason that it's at 1,500 medals is because we're trying to keep the less active players from finding us, and we're trying to keep the very, very, very new players from finding us. We're not opposed to having very new players in our alliance. We do have quite a few, actually, if you go down here. We do have quite a few players, but and that are below medieval age. They're classical or whatever age they are. We don't mind those guys being there, but participating in war is a whole separate thing. So, and as you can see, we don't. Even though our minimum is 1,500, there's only 5 of us that actually have 1,500. I typically don't pay attention to what my medal count is. It's just not the way I play. So look for us if you want to join. Sons_of_death. The Woo is the leader. I'm on the council, and we have a couple of co-leaders. Lord Byron is a co-leader. Let's see who else here. Swaziland is a co-leader. Choose 2 is a co-leader. Viper's on the council. Candyman's on the council. South Bank's on the council. Dritz is a co-leader. Hip Hop is a co-leader. And Bell is on the council. And Django is on the council. And I do believe that is it. Yes, that is it. So, if you're looking for a fun, we are active. We are casual, but we are an active casual alliance. Look us up. If you can't find us in game and you want to join, leave a comment on this video, and we can arrange to open the alliance and let you jump in, and then we'll close it back up. We do that all the time. That is all right. So this has been Sons of Death DomiNations Alliance update. This is Boganora signing off.